What's up, YouTube? So I'm back for another one. This week I'm talking about this create your own life video that I found on Joe Rogan's podcast. He sits down with Dan Carlin and actually just has this fascinating conversation about how people get into these ruts and they get into these situations where they get stuck in these jobs and they can't find ways out and they can't see possibilities and they just don't know how to get started doing something that they really love. And it was just inspiring to me to see these two men sit there talking about how it is possible to carve your own path out, basically, and how it's not incredibly difficult or it's not impossible to imagine starting doing something that's going to fulfill you. And one of the great examples that he actually uses in the video is if you enjoy making furniture, and you can find a way to make furniture and start your own website for very, very little cost. And you can start putting your furniture up on that website and start selling that furniture, and somehow that furniture can start paying your bills. Would that not be infinitely more satisfying and fulfilling than sitting at a job in an office space or reporting to someone else doing something that you hate? It just makes incredible sense. Obviously, it takes someone with a lot of life experience to gain perspective like that, or to have a lot of confidence or that level of confidence to take those steps. But they have this very, very simple philosophy to it in this conversation about how it's simple. All you have to do is basically just start doing something. You have to try doing something. But as you try doing something and you start meeting people that enjoy the same thing and you start creating these ripples almost in a metaphysical sense, you'd be amazed at what could come out of it. These are concepts that I actually deeply believe in, and it's just fascinating to see these two men at their ages still energized, still fascinated with learning and growing, and still experimental in the way that they do things. And I just thought that that was incredibly inspiring to see these two guys sit down for this conversation. So it's definitely worth checking out that podcast with Dan Carlin. I'm going to continue to try to keep these short and sweet and to the point. So that's basically the message for this video this week is don't be afraid to just take that first step. Don't be afraid to try. That is the message. Just go out there and attempt to do things that you enjoy. Go and attempt to set time around doing things that are going to fulfill you and bring that passion out of you and bring that energy out of you. And slowly but surely you'll start to figure out step 2 and step 3. And then over time it just starts to take shape. So I just thought that it was fascinating to see their perspectives on this topic, and I definitely took so much inspiration. It definitely helped me out this week to rewatch that video. It's about a half an hour long, but it's just gold. So if you get a chance, go check that out. I'll put the link in the description, and I hope everyone has a great week.